What's going on, my amazing retro squad? This is your bar Retro Queen, and today we're gonna be talking about the Air Jordan 4 Toro Bravo. Yes, I got these things right here in hand. A lot of people been talking about the ashiness, the quality control, all of that, man. But like I tell everybody, if you got a problem with the sneaker, just don't pick it up, man. That it's just simple as that. If you got a problem, don't pick it up. But I'm finna let y'all see that on foot real quick, and then we're gonna come back so we can talk about them things real quick, man.
You know who made it.
Yeah, so like I told y'all, man, we got them things right here in hand, man. I already got them things bust down. Shouted action for y'all. We got the left and the right, man, but we're gonna put them off to the side real quick, and we're gonna talk about this box. Now, something that I've been noticing that Jordan brand been doing, in which y'all can see right offhand, we got the Jordan face, like the iconic OG style box from back in the day. Like I want to say, like in the early like 80s, 90s, when the sneakers first started coming out, we was getting a lot of the sneakers that came like in the face Jordan box and stuff, in which really, like I kind of get what Jordan brand, Nike and stuff doing with giving us like the OG feel and the OG cuts and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I wouldn't consider these like like a OG or a classic or nothing like that. Cause true enough, back in 2013 when they dropped, it was like a really big deal. Cause back then, that's when like everything was kind of flying off the shelves. Resale prices was through the roof. And then they kind of went through this, and not just like Nike and Jordan, but I can remember, like, I mean, even though it's up on the Nike, but you had like the Roshi runs, you had the Adidas, the NMDs, all man, it was so many shoes that were just going through this whole red phase where everything was all over red. And I can remember when when the Toros first came out, it's like it just kind of sent shockwaves everywhere. But I can kind of see them just going back, giving us the classic feels and stuff. But for a shoe like this, I probably would have been fine with just like the regular black. I don't have any boxes near me, but kind of like just a standard black and white Jordan box. But I'm not complaining because I'm all here for the classic and the iconic stuff. But that's just kind of a little soapbox, man. But like I said, the OG style box, we got the Jumpman right here. That's pretty much everything with the box. Kind of get off my pet peeve and stuff. But we're gonna go ahead into the official name, colorway, all that stuff for the sneaker. Official name is the Air Jordan 4 Retro. Official colorway is fire red, white, and black. I did get these in a size 11 and a half. Official color code and style number is FQ8138600. And they did come in at the hefty price point of $220, man. 220 of them pesos, man. But like I said, man, we got them right here in hand. And same thing that I say in a lot of my like sneaker videos and stuff. You know, people always complaining, and I can even show y'all because I used to be like extremely tedious, and you know, like just I don't know, man. Like when it came to shoes and sneakers and stuff, I didn't want I didn't want anything wrong with my shoe, any type of flaws or nothing like that. But I did take these out of the box, and I did notice this quality control issue right here on the toe box. If I can get a focus, but like right here, we got like a small scuff, and then I did notice. I think it was on this same sneaker, but like right here on the toe box, you can see like like just another small scuff. And like I said, I say this in all of my videos. When you got your sneakers on, you walking around, and don't get it twisted. Now, of course, we don't want to pay all of this money for messed up sneakers, but I made the decision to purchase the sneaker. This is what I got, and that's a decision that I got to live with. Obviously, I could take it back, get a different shoe and stuff, but I'm not tripping on all of that, man. But like I said, I always tell people when I have the sneakers on, I'm walking around. People not gonna be walking up like, dang, bro, you got a little spot right there on your shoe, man. Like, you ain't see that when you bought them, or like, dang, man, they gotta hurt. Like, people just not doing all of that, man. And like, even if I'm just sitting still with my feet kicked back, chilling, they still not doing that, man. The most thing, it's just the sneaker itself is gonna draw attention, if that. But it's gonna be the sneaker and not like, like what's on the sneaker and stuff. But even just looking at it on camera and stuff, a lot of people have been complaining about the ashiness. Do I have my I got my black cat 4s right here, but it was the same thing with these. It was more so like just the squeakiness and stuff that they was talking about with these. But we did have people talking about the ashiness and stuff with those. And I feel like it was some more sneakers and stuff too. But it's just like when it comes to those type of conversations and stuff, those aren't the conversations I'm willing to have, man. To just spend hours and hours on, like, either you get the shoe or you don't get the shoe. When you look at it in the store, in which we'll talk about that, but these are sitting everywhere, so definitely get your pair if you want them. Might even go on sale, I don't know. But enough of that, man. We finna just get into the details and stuff. As y'all do see, we got the Air Jordan 4 Toro Bravo in hand, all over red, man. Red guts, everything red, busting out, everything red all over the place, man. But just getting right here into the bottom of the sneaker, we got just that standard Air Jordan 4 bottom. We got the gray going all over the bottom of the sneaker. And then you can see like, kind of like the middle pod area, as well as the toe box pod area. We do have that black that's kind of broken up in between the gray. And then we do have that red Jumpman right here in the center of the sneaker as well. And then moving right up into the upper of the sneaker. As always, we got that regular Air Jordan 4 bottom. Or like midsole, we got the gray coming through. You do see the stars right here, which I've always liked those stars right here on the bottom of the 4s. Kind of, just remind me of the Air Force Ones, like just real classic. I don't know if, the Air Force One took it from the Jordan brand or Jordan brand took it from the Nike. I feel like it might have been that way. Or no, I feel like Nike might have took it from the Jordan, because I don't think Air Force Ones was around during that time. But I could be wrong. Hey, research department, y'all let me know. But we do got the stars detailing right there, like I said, the gray all the way around. And then we do have that hits of black just kind of peeking up right around the sneaker as well. So real great touch there, man. Color blocking is A1. They done everything. Really spitting the image of the Toros back from 2013. And then you can see right here, we do have that clear bubble that you can see all the way through on the back heel of the sneaker as well. And then just going further up into the upper, we got that fire red that's going all the way around the sneaker. And then we do have hints of black and gray, like on the eyelids, even on the, like the lace lock pad or whatever it's called, like side splash pad or whatever. And then right in between the netting, you can see that black on it as well. So it kind of makes, just kind of makes the netting and stuff pop a little bit more. And then right here on the tag of the shoe, like on the top of the toe, you do have that, just that regular Jordan kind of stamp tag. It's not 3M, or no, actually I'm wrong. Or I don't know, is it 3M? I might have to grab my light and do a quick light test, because I don't know. It don't look 3M, but then again, it do look 3M. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what y'all think. But I'm gonna do a light test and see if it's 3M, but I don't think so. But gray patch right there, white Jumpman, and then we do have the flight and curses right there because the Air Jordan 4 is a part of the flight series. And then just going into the inside of the sneaker with the sole and everything, we do got the gray sock liner. And then if you look further into it, we do have the straps that has the fours connected. But it has the tongue connected to the sneaker, so it's gonna give you a little bit of a snugger fit. But we do have the red insole with the black Jumpman right there. Y'all can see on the inside as well. And then if you flip the tongue up, you can see Air Jordan written here on the back inside. We do got the black laces, and on the back we do have the regular just black rubber backing on it with the white Jumpman logo. And I even heard people complaining about that. It was like, why they didn't give us the Nike Air branding? And one thing that I always like to tell people, which I could be wrong, but when it comes to like classics and like that Nike Air branding and stuff, I personally feel like it should just be for let's see, we'll take these for instance, Fire Red 5s. In my opinion, I can justify Nike Air branding on that. We'll take Cement 4s right here. And I think this is the pair from like 2014, 2015, whenever they came out, 16, somewhere around that time. But I can justify Nike Air on that. Even they gave us, like I just wore these yesterday, but military blue 4s, even though this is the updated pair, this is like, the pair from years ago. But stuff like that, I can kind of justify the Nike Air branding because it's kind of, to me, that's more so on that iconic side. Some of those like OG type colorways and stuff from back in the day. But something like this, even Black Cats, like Black Cat 4s, I personally wouldn't just, I'm not against it or anything. Like, it looks good and everything. But if we would have had the Jumpman logo up there, I would have completely understood, because that's not like a OG. It's classic in the sense of like the sneaker rim and stuff like that. But as far as it being like like a OG, I'm cool with the Nike not being on it. But like I said, I'm cool with or without. But with a sneaker like this, I'm fine with the Jumpman because it's, for one, it's a first retro, and the original didn't have the Nike Air on it. So, and then this isn't like an iconic sneaker in the sneaker game or nothing like that either. So it's really no reason to have the Nike Air branding on it. So, that's where I'm at with that. But overall though, great sneaker. I'm glad that I got a chance to get it in hand. I did check the app, like 30 minutes or an hour after the sneaker had released, because I ended up hitting on these at Champ. So I went to my mall, picked them up, and then ran some errands and stuff. And I was just like, let me check just to see if they have some pairs. And they literally had every size run. So, I tell people, if you do want to get them, you got a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of time, but because you just never know with the sneakers and stuff, but you do have time to think about whether or not you want to get them. And like I told y'all a while back, I'm not able to get a lot of the early releases, nor am I, like just putting in that extra work to get the early releases and stuff like that. But I feel like we at a good place right now where a lot of sneakers are sitting on shelves and stuff like that. So, me being able to still get the content out at a relatively, quick turnaround, I feel like, that still gives people a chance, for the ones that's on the fence, whether they want to pick them up or not. Maybe it's something that I could give, tell you within the video that, that kind of, changes your mind, or it confirms what you already thought about the sneaker. Like, if you didn't want to get them and I let you know, like some of the certain things, you could be like, yeah, that confirms that I'm not going to get them. Or if you're on the fence, you could be like, hey, I kind of like that perspective. I'm going to go ahead and pick them up, because I was kind of thinking that too. Like, or maybe just seeing them on feed and stuff. So that's why I always, still like to get the content out on, share my perspective on it. And, just like I said, you might be on the fence about it, and, just seeing it one last time, or, seeing it for your 12th time, it might, confirm or deny whether you want to go ahead and pick them up or not. But if I didn't touch on the ashiness, that's another thing too. Like, looking at them right here, they do look ashy. And, like I've been telling people, the 2013, like the color on the 2013, I like hands down, I prefer those a lot more because, you know, like I said, that's back when they was kind of going through that whole red phase and stuff like that. And I remember when they dropped, it was just like dang, like this is the one right here. I just remember that really, really vividly, and I remember where I was at, you know, like in my sneaker collecting, like I guess career, whatever you want to call it. But these definitely are a bit on the ashy side. But even looking right here in camera, like you really can't even tell that they ashy. And then it's not like, you know, like a ashiness that's just, you know, hard on the eyes or anything like that. But it's just, you know, when you, especially when you know the original sneaker that came out in 2013, you know the difference in the color. And then it's one of those things too where you don't really see the difference unless you have it against, you know, the 2013 pair. But you know, that to me, that's not a big deal. If you like the sneaker, even like just looking at it right here, and which you'll see it on, like you would have seen it on foot as well. But even, you know, like back here at afar, it it looks perfectly fine. Even up close on camera, it looks perfectly fine. Because you got to remember, like you're gonna have them on, you're gonna be walking. I even do like doing like this, like it's nothing wrong with it. So if you want the sneaker, go to your local store or just go online, put them in your cart, and just get them sent to you and just be happy with it. But that's gonna do it for my video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay positive and stay smiling. And without further ado, this is your boy Richo Quin. I'm out.